Peace to the family. Peace to the family. Peace to the family. It's Brother Polite, and we're here for another installment. This is short. In short, until I go to my next engagement. How you guys doing? Look at the world. Look at the world before me. How are you guys doing? So I'm here to talk to you today about the 4 types of money and how we're not getting none of them. That's a problem. There's 4 types of money and we're not getting none of them. Let's let the people roll through. Four types of money. Let's get the build on. Let's get this build session. Yeah, I always like to be at places with views. I love to see the city. It just broadens my horizons, just opens me up as far as thinking is concerned. All facts. Yeah, so there's 4 types of money. 4 types of money. That's what we want to talk about. There's 4 different types of money. And we haven't been taught about how to get none of the 4. So what are the 4 types of money? This is something that I realized when I was having a conversation about America's money running out per CNN publication. It's all in the news. And they talking about the money running out as of September. And then I realized people were like, man, they get to print the money, so they can't run out of money. And I seen that comment so many times that I realized, I was like, yo, we don't really know what money is. That's what started getting to me. I'm like, man, hold on. If the only thing you can conceive of being money is paper money that they print, as far as the mint is concerned, then I knew we had a problem. We here to build about the subject matter that's on hand. Never attempt to take me to a different place unless it's relevant to the subject matter at hand. Let's get it in. Oh, nah, no doubt, man. I appreciate your appreciation for the information. So it's 4 types of money. First and foremost, we got to establish that. What are the 4 different types of money? The question is, why aren't we taught this? Well, we know the answer idealistically, but rather than getting to the conspiracy theory part about why we're not taught it, let's just teach it so we can start acquiring it. So you have commodity money, fiat money, fiduciary money, and then guess what? You have bank money, commercial bank money. Those are 4 different types of money. You have to learn how to access these different types of money. So the money that most of us are concerned with is fiat money, which isn't the most lucrative of the 4. Fiat money is the least lucrative of the 4 different types of money. Okay? Fiat money. Fiat money is the least lucrative, at least in this society, because they're banknotes, right? So fiat is what you call your paper money, and its value is predicated upon a consensus or stipulation that has its inception or derives from the government. Under normal circumstances, we would have established a body politic, and we would feel one and the same as the government, or we would feel proud that the people that represent government represent us. So therefore, the value that's accredited to money the value that's accredited to money, we would be in harmony with it for the most part, but that's not the case. So we're in conflict with that part. So now you have our brothers and sisters, some of them say, man, money don't have no value, and then it's like, but bro, you got to pay bills. And the other group of them is, it's illusory, it's not backed by nothing. So what does all of this mean? Well, it means absolutely nothing to you if you haven't made the connection between how to survive, amass wealth, live above your means. If you don't know the distinction amongst those, if you don't understand those things, then we wind up in conflict. All right? So, but again, you got to remember there's different types of money. When you go into debt for your house, it's not because of fiat money. It's because of fiduciary money. All right? And that's because you implicate the banks based on their money. So it's a trickle-down effect, because the fiat money isn't backed by anything, which takes us to our commodity money. So let's have a serious conversation. Fiat money, hold on real quick, let me let this thing go by. So, fiat money. What's fiat money? Fiat money demands some kind of arbitrary means to establish its value. So fiat money is your paper money, in short. Commodity money, as an example, would be your gold and your silver, right? And normally fiat or paper money would be backed by commodity money or commodity means, or behind commodities. And then we wouldn't necessarily call the money fiat at that particular point. And then so we have fiduciary money, and fiduciary in Latin means promise. So you normally deal with like promissory notes, right? We normally dealing with certificates that attest to ownership and equity. Like you get a mortgage note, you get a car note, titles, paper, or talking about instruments that represent the value of hard assets. So you don't necessarily have to bring the hard assets to the table for evaluation. I don't have to put my house in a book bag and attempt to carry it with me to establish how much wealth is, or how much is worth. Okay? So that's what we're talking about. All right? And then you have commercial bank money. Commercial bank money is created whenever banks correspond with each other, and at the birth of their interest becomes money. Okay? So the problem is we've invested a great deal of our time, energy, and potential into our fiat money, and that's what's throwing us off course. The fiat money, okay, is what we confide in, and it's not the most lucrative thing to have in our possession if we want to succeed or make strong strides on planet Earth. That's the problem. Paper money will only take you but so far. I mean, at the end of the day, it's insurance and it's credit that's really going to make you the money. Again, you go to brother POLIGHT45@gmail.com if you want the consulting, okay, which is by the hour, $200 an hour, $300 in person most times, and I'll send you some questions, and in my evaluation of how you answered the questions, in that assessment I create a curriculum personally for you, befitting to you, so we can see we can further advance your agenda, and this is how we alleviate cutting into your time per the consultation. And then we got the conscious advisory. That's a more elaborate and detailed program. That's when I'm coaching you month to month. And then you have the courses that goes into a great deal of this information and shows you how to make some of this information applicable, whether it be how to create your own pensions, get revolving lines of credit. You know, you want to get in tune. And this particular master course is going to be coupled with holistic mathematics. Why not give the knowledge to your people for free? Oh, like I'm doing right now? Rob Batts asks, why not give the knowledge to your people for free? I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why, Rob Batts. While I'm giving you knowledge for free, you're asking me, why don't I give you the knowledge for free? So in turn, it tells me you have to charge so we can get you to focus more. That's right. It's just weird. There's a point where you can't ask somebody to do something for free relentlessly to any of a number of anonymous people. There's a point in time where you have to compensate, because you pay everybody else for everything else. You pay to travel from one place to the next. You pay for your light bill. You pay for your gas bill. You pay for your mortgage note or your apartment. You pay for your food. You pay for your flights. You pay for your hotels. Black people teach you something. You tell them you got to pay. They got to do this for free. But you pay this white man, and he has you in debt with student loans. Takes you in student loan debt for $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, and still, while a black man is teaching you for free, you say why you have to charge for another session that's not part of the free session. You ask, why don't I give you the session for free during a free session? You preoccupied with the session that costs, and you're undermining the session that's free. See how weird that is? At the end of the day, I still gotta pay for this phone bill. Otherwise, I won't be able to go live and communicate with you. I had to pay for the laptop that I go live off of when I'm doing my YouTube streams. I have to pay for the electricity thereof for the place that I stay when I'm. So why is it I have to pay for everything to get the information to you, and you can't pay for nothing back at some point or the other, or sometimes? Sometimes you have to pay. I didn't say all the times. I said sometimes you got to pay. Because I'll tell you this. People with a certain level of experience, let's call that experience success, they have a tendency to never give you nothing for free. They don't spend their time to do this. They just like, look, I'm proving. You go up and down my social media, and you can see, you'll see people who have made millions of dollars, even billions, showing me love or telling you that they support me, they support my movement, or that I'm their mentor. I'm on radio shows, major syndicated platforms, alongside millionaires, okay, brothers, sisters that attest to my workings and say, that's my mentor. Oh yeah, he teaches me a lot, he knows a whole lot. I mean, it's up there, it's published. You go to breakfast, you go on my social media, Instagram, you can see me in Japan, you can see me in Dubai, it doesn't matter. I'm normally traveling with very good people. It's just like I say when it comes to relationships. Why take relationship advice from people who are failing at it? If people will afford themselves the opportunity to communicate with people that are willing to speak to you. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just how that goes. So reality is, there's 4 different types of money. And you have to start considering getting gold and silver, platinum, palladium, rhodium, and holding it, because you want recessionary proof assets. Because in the event the economy goes to hell, normally the recessionary proof assets go up in value as the economy goes down. Okay, so you want to have commodity money, and that commodity money, we don't want it in. Don't want to just keep the gold and silver in our house. You want to have a refinery account. I'm telling you this stuff. Just go out and do the damn thing. Okay, and when you set up the refinery account, you want to make sure you get a certificate that attests to your ownership and equity, as in the case of that particular gold or silver, platinum, palladium, or rhodium. Now, at this particular point, you're talking about fiduciary money, because now you have an instrument, you have a paper certificate, you go borrow against it. It becomes money. It's a form of money. Okay, whenever you got a certificate that attests to your ownership and equity of anything, that's a form of money. They don't tell you that. It's paper backed by something in particular. So you could have a debt instrument and have it backed by a hard asset. Okay, so now you transition from commodity wealth to what? Fiduciary money. From commodity money to fiduciary money. And then in doing so, guess what's going to happen? Now you can leverage that. You can collateralize that. You can securitize your asset. And now you can exchange with banks on a banking level, especially if you got a trust. So look what just happened. Many of us may not realize what just happened. You take the fiat money, it becomes commodity money, The commodity money becomes fiduciary money. The fiduciary money becomes commercial bank money. Now you in the game. We stop at one interval of money when there's 4. Okay, that's the issue. Look how I did that. You stopped at one interval of money. Just think about what I'm saying. You could take this information, run for it, never talk to me for the rest of your life. This would change your life. This would change your life if you use or employ this strategy. Don't stop at fiat, paper money, colorable money. Okay, money that has value by arbitrary means. In this particular case, it'd be the government. You get your fiat money. Oh, people say, but you need money. Negro, silver is $16 an ounce. Stop it. You can scrape up $16. You can go in these streets and beg for $1 at a time. 16 people would give you that and more. So don't play around. You can get you $16 damn dollars. $16 an ounce. Okay? And what you don't realize, there's a point where silver just always skyrockets. It's summertime. Silver's always around $32. Right now it's $16. It's going double. Every time I find me an extra $16, I buy me another ounce of silver. That's what you're supposed to do. Real talk. You're supposed to do that. Every time you get you a little extra $16, buy you another ounce of silver every time you get you another $16. Yes, the federal government is not part of the government. The Federal Reserve is not part of the federal government. See, all of this, you gotta, we don't want to get into that right now. The Federal Reserve is not part of the government. Okay? We're talking about centralized banking. We're talking about 12 entities in number. We're talking about a lot of chaos, conflict, and confusion that has its inception in 1913, furthers the deception in 1933, per the House Joint Resolution, March 9th. Okay, we have a lot of different things we could discuss. We could go into the history of these things. I like to go into history of information, but I never like to give you history with no application. So a lot of time when I deal with the history, I probably do 10-15% of the history. Because at the end of the day, we still got to address now, because we'll become history. If we don't do something about now, the way this story going to be told is a group of people knew about everything before they got a chance to make the knowledge applicable. So I don't like to spend too much time with the history lessons. I give you enough so you can research on your own time. I want to get to the point where we can say, okay, I can actively take steps towards my goals. And what I'm telling you is, if you're out here paper chasing and putting money under the mattress, this is why you're losing. Everybody's making the big bucks through revolving lines of credit. Everybody's making the big bucks through insurance and credit. That's where the money's being made. Okay? That's where the money gets made. We'll do a Q&A at a different time. I didn't plan to be on this long. Okay? And this is why I tell you all, download Kitco. Gold Live. Download Kitco. Kitco. Download the app. Gold Live. So you could not necessarily buy from them. I use a different refinery account. I use an actual refinery account. Okay, to store my gold and silver. But what I'm telling you is, yeah, stock will put you in fiduciary money. You put money in stock, that's fiduciary money. But what I'm telling you is, why not purchase stock in a company? That's why the Federal Reserve is so bizarre. The Federal Reserve is bizarre because America doesn't have no stock in the Federal Reserve. And you can't buy stock in the Federal Reserve. So that's how you know it's bizarre. That's how you know it's crazy. That's right, Kitco. Download the app. And so you can at least keep an eye on the rates of silver, gold, platinum, palladium. Those people that have and they pay attention to it day to day, because I tell people, if you're looking on your Instagram 10-15 times a day, you should have 10-15 times a day where you're willing to look on your gold app and all the other apps that tell people to download. And to do this day to day, the reason why I tell people to do this day to day is because oh man, I'm not talking about buying nothing. I'm telling you, buy the silver straight out, $16 an ounce. I'm telling you, anytime you see gold or platinum for anywhere around, anytime you see gold or platinum for anywhere around $750 to $950, you know you're gonna make you a nice little $300-400 profit, because it's not gonna stay down there for so long. So you watch it long enough, you get an idea of the rate of consistency. You know when to buy in, and you know when to sell. Okay, so we're just talking about creating a portfolio. But it's important for you to understand there's 4 types of money, and your ultimate goal is to be able to deal with commercial bank money. Not that you want to live and die by it, so you can play the game at every interval of the level, at every level. That's what we're talking about, playing the game at every level. So fiat money transitions to commodity money transitions to fiduciary money transitions to what? Commercial bank money. If you cannot do a paper trail to see your money go through all those different money transitions, you're doing something horribly wrong. And what I'm telling you is, companies that you like to buy from, you should be able to purchase or buy into, so you can have a say depending on the circumstances. We talking about purchasing stock, not just any stock, preferred stock. See about preferred stock options with no dissolution. See about preferred stock options with no dissolution. And then also see if you can have your stock insured. LLC is alright, but you need to get a trust. I can't stress it to you enough. America is made up of over 200 trusts. Over 200 trusts. Then they sell you on the idea to get LLCs. You need to get a trust. This is what we do consulting for. We also construct trusts for people, but you don't have to get it from us. You go out there, get you an attorney and pay that bread and do what you gotta do over there. Nonetheless, you need to get one. That's a fact. That's a fact. I have no idea what you mean by why not go corporate. I have no idea what that means. But I'm about to get off. I just wanted to have this conversation because I realized in the comment sections of so much of my social media, the question keeps being, how can they run out of money? And then I'm like, you know what? Everyone keeps saying they just print more. It doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work like that. It seems like that because they keep everybody on. But no matter what it seems like, the reality is there's 4 types of money. We'll pick up this conversation later. There's 4 types of money. There is, you remember, fiat money, commodity money, fiduciary money, and commercial bank money. And we get stuck. We don't even get to pass go. We get stuck on fiat money. And we're in a rat race with that, living from check to check. We ain't even in the game. You're not in the game until you get some commodity money, fiduciary money, and commercial bank money. You're not in the game. If you ain't got no notes sitting around the house that you can leverage, you're not in the game. If you ain't got a trust set up, you're not in the game. If you're not retitling your property to a trust, you're not in the game. If you're not assigning your trust after its equitability, if you're not assigning your equitable trust to an insurance policy, you're not in the game. You're not in the game. And that's real talk. You're out the loop. And you have yet to pass go. And that makes sense. Because none of us really get to pass go. Because the Rockefellers created the school system paradigm that we are in. And they are big business. Okay? They are bankers. They are the family. So they're not going to teach people how to take their power. They're not going to properly educate people to be adults that make intelligible decisions when it comes to commerce. They're not going to do that. Gold, silver, platinum, palladium, and rhodium. Great examples of commodities that you should put your money into. Gold, silver, platinum, palladium, and rhodium. Gold, silver, platinum, palladium, and rhodium. Very good. And if you just keep an eye on it for a month to a month and a half, you'll realize when you should have bought in. And you'll see the difference. And then every now and then there's a big boom in the price. And it may drop after 48, 72 hours. But you got to play the game. You know, it's kind of like stocks, just more lucrative and less tricky. Preferred stock, no dissolution, and see if it can be insured. You can look up preferred stock. Very important. You can check, see if the stock is preferred. No dissolution. When we say no dissolution, when a company decides to, when a company has more shares available, you don't want no more shares available being equal to the shares that you own being worth less. I cut something in half and I got two pieces, 50-50, right? I cut it in four. I cut something in half. I got two pieces. We going 50-50. I make another line in half. The first one was horizontal, the second one is vertical. Bow. I got four pieces. Now everything's worth 25%. I don't like that dissolution. What did I just tell you about? Well, let's do it like this. I got a circle that's worth $100. It's cut in half. I buy a share. That share is worth $50 that I bought. Okay? Now, they go and they split the company up 4 different ways. It was just cut up in 2 different. The company is now cut up 4 different ways. When it was cut up 2 different times, my share was worth 50%. They break it up into 4 more shares because now they cut that half in half. Now there's 4 parts. Now my shares is worth 25%? No. I still want the 2 new shares now. The shares that they create, I still want absolute value. I don't want my share being devalued because you're selling more of the company. I want my shares to remain the same price. I don't want my share turning into 25% upon the break. I want everything still worth 50%. So if I wind up having 2 more parts because of how you divided up the company, but guess what? I want both my parts to still be worth what it was when I came in. And you got the right. You got the right. So you gotta, it's a lot. It's a lot. You take the courses, that's what you pay for. You know why? Because it takes time to put that information out. Dedication, commitment. It takes time, dedication, it takes commitment. We're talking about creating a PowerPoint presentation and strategically addressing several different people's point of view. So that's why I say you get the courses for that. The courses are $150. You sit down and you get a starting point. You still go other places. You still ask more questions. You can study in the interim if you study in the course before, during, and after, and you just level up to the point you get to execute. You take these free classes and you take the data. Basically, all around the board, you keep studying, keep doing your due diligence. You make sure everything I'm saying checks out, and it always will, because I don't play games. I don't play games with that. I ain't gonna put my credibility on the line and teach, and then someone turn around, oh man, this was wrong, that was wrong. There's no such thing as preferred stock, no dissolution. What does dissolution mean? I don't just make up these words. I only tell you things that I'm dealing with from personal experience. If it's working out for me, I share it with you and say, yo, this ain't worked out for me. Let me just tell you about it. I'm not selling you on nobody's company in particular. A lot of times I tell you, just go out there. People ask me, yo, what insurance company you dealing with? I could say New York Life Insurance. I could say AIG has a very good policy, especially when we talk about whole life insurance and everything. But, you know, a lot of times I say, just go out there and ask some insurance companies, figure it out. Because I don't want to deal with that. Then people think, oh, I'm subcontracting with a company I'm really not subcontracting with. And then I'm making them bread and I'm not getting paid. So I'm unofficially making them money. There's a lot to it that I don't like and that I don't want to deal with. I don't want to deal with people saying, yeah, he probably worked for the white folks, so that's why he's sending everybody. No, because honestly, I'm only going to send you to where it's working out for me. Why would I want to send you to some place I have no knowledge about? I don't want to send you to the land of the unknown. Then unknown things happen, and I got to say, well, I didn't have a range or barometer for anticipation over there because I knew nothing about it. They say, yo, POLIGHT, then why you just left me out there? Then I got to tell you, because you know how our folks are. If something don't go right with them, they won't blame you with stuff. So I just tell you in general the information. That's it. I might tell you from time to time, well, this is what I'm using. A friend of mine is using this, that, very close. And, you know, move it like that. Move it around the board. But ultimately, you can always leisure to study, ultimately. You know, because people be, I mean, one thing about failing for a long time, it's like people go in to successful endeavors with the mentality to fail, because they just can't wait to blame somebody for why it didn't work out. They go in pessimistic. You know, we be afraid of success. Like, literally, we so afraid of success that we be waiting for somebody else to do all the dirty work, all the study, put up their money, do all the risk, stare over there looking to cut, and when it start working out, yo, fam, put me on. You see, and that's why a lot of people don't like me in the community. Because I told them what I was on. They made fun of me. They mocked me. They told me I was tripping. They told me I was bugging. So guess what? When I made my bread and cats started asking me for donations and everything, they're dug. I don't give nobody nothing. Because y'all should have been studying and working with me along this goal. I risked losing my family to get to the point where I was at. They had to believe in my vision. They had to confide in the direction that I wanted to take them in. They had to do that. And you left me out there to do it by myself. I had to move. I had to fly around. I had to sit there in meetings and seminars and all sorts of stuff just to make sense out of this. I had to stay up and convince my family I'm not studying for no reason. And now that I actually got mines, I'm supposed to turn around and give you the cheat sheet? Nah, work for your shit too. Part of my language. You gotta grind too. I'm not letting you copy off of my shoulder. Furthermore, you ain't even gonna get the same results. I'm not helping you out by letting you copy off my shoulder. You should have grind with me so we could have learned at the same time. You want me to put my money up, my credibility on the line. Then when I win, now I'm supposed to just put you all on? I'm not with none of that. I'm just different. So that's why a lot of people don't feel me in the community, because the inner workings of the community stipulates when I get put on, I'm supposed to put you on. Nah, when I get put on, we all should have got put on because we all should have been doing this together. If I had more than 10 people that's teachers, that's so-called conscious and promoting and propagating and everything, we should have all put our money in 10 ways and pooled our funds towards every bit of knowledge I had to study, towards every package I had to wait for the mail, towards every deed or lien that I was purchasing. We should have all pooled our funds and see what's to come of it. At least for our own personal knowledge. It wasn't even about the return. It was like, yo, fam, let's 10 of us put up $50. 10 of us put up $50. Let's put this money into this lien. Let's 10 of us put up $100. Put this money into this lien. Or let's do something for 3 months stretch so we got 3 G's. I don't even care about the return. I just want to know that this thing works. Because so long as I know that it works, now we're going to be on a whole nother grind. It would be smart for us to stay together, but at the very least, let's just see if it works. Nobody want to just throw some money out there, see if it works, but I'm seeing everybody spend their money on stupidness every day. Every day we spending money on something silly. Every day we spending our money on something that doesn't give us a return. So I'm like, yo, fam, we got the money month to month. Come on, bro, we teaching all this conscious stuff. You got $5 you can put to the side every week, $20 a month. 5 months time, that's $100. Okay, we could do that. Come on, man. It's too much excuses when it comes time to put the work in. So now, I had to grind. I had to sacrifice. I had to put my money up. I had to put my time and attention there. I had to be willing to get on a flight, pay to sit down for a free meeting, but it wasn't free because I paid for the flight. I had to get on flights, pay. I got on flights, paid for sit down for meetings that cost. I had to do that. So guess what? You gotta do that too. Not y'all in particular, but I'm saying anybody that was around me in my circle that know I was constantly studying real estate, constantly studying the economy, constantly studying paperwork, constantly studying UCC in particular, addendums, memorandums, compendiums, constantly finding a way to cut the middleman out so I can save money when the day comes where this information will be relevant. Because first you got to get out the rat race. First you got to make a little something money. Then you got to get into a new tax bracket. Then when you get a new tax bracket, you better be prepared because that man coming for you. You start making 6 figures and 7 figures. He don't come for you. And you better be prepared. Your I's better be dotted, your T's better be crossed. So I was studying in preparation for my inevitable success. But I couldn't impress upon people's minds. I should screenshot my bank account, man. I think I'm going to have to do that one of these days. I couldn't impress, it's just that this is Facebook, maybe on a YouTube. I couldn't impress upon people's minds, you feel me, that, yo, you're going to make 6 figures, and then that means you have no choice but to make 7 figures once you got the working model. Because I'm studying things based on me making 7 figures. And it's like, yo, bro, we out here broke, including you. So what the hell we doing studying that? I'm studying in preparation. Because if I'm not in a state of preparation, it ain't going to manifest. I'm studying like my millions is so inevitable, it can happen. I'm studying like my millions is so inevitable, it can happen any day around the corner. And because I think like that, I'm in a rush. I'm moving in haste. I'm like, I got to study as much as I can because it's coming. I'm around people who talk about projections and visualization and meditation, energy, magic, but they can't see themselves being wealthy. So I knew I'd separate myself from them. Saying to myself, was all this information a joke? Is all this information a joke? Was we fronting this whole damn time? Was we lying? Do we even believe half the stuff we say? So it is what it is. But good talking to y'all. I just came out. I guess this is the porch. I just came out. You feel me? I just came out to get a good build with you guys. About to make it happen. Get back to what I do. Peace to you. To get back to where, about to get back to what I do. Peace and blessings. Thank you, man. I thank y'all, man. I appreciate you all the time. Love y'all, man. Trust me when I tell you. And you email me full name. Email me your full name, phone number. Whenever you're ready. Get that consultant or conscious advisory. Consultant is the abbreviated version, or the master course, because I'm done. I got that property in Costa Rica. I'm turning up for my B-Day. I bought a mountain 5,000 feet above sea level. I ain't playing. Y'all gonna see what it is. I was smart enough not to speak on it so it can manifest, because I know people prey on your demise. So while everybody was over here scheming, attempting to set me up and tear me down and slander, yo, it's me with a mountain. We ain't gonna say I stole a damn mountain. They will. And by that time, I'll be on to the island that I'm working on. Now, no, that's not his island. That's gonna be the next thing they say. And y'all gonna keep attempting to deny me of that which is mine. But that's an ancient and old story, because they've been doing that to our people for years. The only thing different is that our people doing it more than anybody else. But it still don't stop my possessions. It still don't stop my assets. Because now I'm taking my real estate ventures out the country. Restaurant in Dubai. Mountain in Costa Rica. Central Valley, 5,000 feet above sea level. Thermal Springs. Hot springs, waterfall, resort attached. Y'all gonna see. I told you I'm gonna be the first black conscious billionaire. What y'all think? Y'all think wealthy people just associating with me? Just because of what? You think wealthy people got some time to be around somebody that don't know what the hell's going on? I be putting people on. And the only thing they can do is, yo, brother Polite, anything you need, let me know. Because I empower anybody that I'm around. I add value to anybody that I'm around. Peace and many blessings. I love you all. Salute to you. I ain't playing no games. You know, don't talk to no one unless they successful. That's the goal. And if you can't find them, get around them. And if you're not around them, don't speak. You should be reading and studying and thinking, meditating, contemplating, introspecting. Shouldn't be talking in the presence of those who don't know. You should be sparking the interest of those who do. Stimulate their thoughts. Provoke their thinking. Get them into deliberation. And go back home after those notes and cook something up, man. These are facts, man. But I'm blessed, and so are you. We're blessed in this day and time that we're able to communicate at this level. But let me get back.